a musical day, everyone! Welcome to the very first episode of Music Discovery, the Asian Music Edition. I am Sir Jayson, and I will be guiding you as we explore the astonishing world of Asian music. For today's episode, we are all set to discover and experience some of the unique music cultures of Southeast Asian countries. Let's go! Before we go to our first destination, let's take a look at the map of Southeast Asia. What countries do you see on the map? As you can see, Southeast Asia consists of 11 countries. It is generally divided into two regions. The mainland region, which includes Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. And the island or maritime region, which includes Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, East Timor, and of course, the Philippines. So, are you excited to know our first destination? Then what are you waiting for? Get your pen and paper and join me as we embark on a new, fun, and exciting musical journey only here at Music Discovery, the Asian Music Edition. Are you familiar with this place? This is Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument in the world, known to be the City of the Gods. It is located in the heart of our first destination, Cambodia. Cambodia is undeniably one of the most beautiful countries in Southeast Asia. It was the center of the Khmer or Cambodian Kingdom of Angkor, a great empire that dominated Southeast Asia for 600 years. Art music of Cambodia is highly influenced by ancient forms as well as Hindu forms. Their music gained a worldwide reputation in the 1960s until the dramatic political problems that led to the destruction of their arts and music. Most cultural institutions were burnt down and destroyed. Many dancers and musicians were executed. However, because of the resilience of Cambodians, their music and art forms were revived and began to flourish again. One of the most significant forms of music in Cambodia is called pinpeat. The pinpeat is a Cambodian musical ensemble or an orchestra that usually accompanies ceremonial music of the royal courts and temples. Also, music has always been part of their court dances, masked plays, shadow plays, and religious ceremonies. It's time for our first musical challenge! Let's go! The name of this challenge is Can You See the Sound? Oh wow! These must be the instruments that make up a pinpeat. So here's what we have to do. There are 5 different sounds that will be played. We have to identify which among these instruments produces each sound. Remember, careful listening is the key. Alright, let's now listen to the first sound. Which of the instruments could be the one that produces this sound? If your answer is scorthom, you got it right! The scorthom is a percussion instrument with 2 barrel-like drums played with a pair of wooden drumsticks. It is classified as a membranophone instrument because it produces sound primarily by way of a vibrating stretched membrane. Membranophones can generate sounds by striking, rubbing, or blowing against a stretched membrane. Ready for the second sound? Let's hear it! Which instrument do you think can produce this sound? If your answer is sampor, you're correct! The sampor is a double-headed barrel drum indigenous to Cambodia. The sampor has 2 heads with one drum head being larger than the other and is played with both hands. Just like the scorthom, it is also classified as a membranophone. Alright, 2 down, 3 more to go! Let's now listen to the third sound. Which among these 3 instruments can produce this sound? If you answered ching, you're absolutely right. The ching is a small, bowl-shaped finger cymbals made of thick and heavy bronze. The ching is classified as an indiophone, which refers to any musical instrument that produces sound primarily by the vibration of the instrument itself, without the use of air, strings, or membranes. Other examples of idiophones are the bamboo xylophone, also called the gabang, which is found in the southern Philippines region, the tongatong from Kalinga province, and the Philippine Jews harp, commonly known as kubing in the south and ulibao in the north. Now, let's proceed to the fourth sound. Between the onyat and kongvong, which is most likely to produce this sound? If your answer is onyat, you just got it right again. The onyat is a wooden xylophone used in the Khmer classical music of Cambodia. It has 21 thick bamboo or hardwood bars that are suspended from the strings attached to the two walls, played with wooden drumsticks. Onyat also belongs to the classification idiophone. Look! There's only one more instrument left, and it's called kongvong. The kongvong is a traditional Cambodian percussion instrument having numerous gongs attached together onto a circular rack that goes around the player. Are you curious about the sound it produces? Let's hear it. The kongvong is one of the many traditional Khmer percussion instruments used for occasions such as religious ones. It produces a light and melodious sound. Also, it can be heard during classical dances, court dances, and shadow plays. The kongvong is also considered an idiophone. And we did it! Wow! What great listening skills you have. Well, I knew you always had it in you. Great job! Hello there again! Now that we've accomplished our first musical challenge, I suppose you are ready for a short quiz. So prepare your pen and paper and let's begin. For this activity, you have to be able to identify what is being described. For each question, there will be jumbled letters that will serve as the clue. You just need to rearrange the jumbled letters to get the correct answer. Alright, let's go now to our first item. It is a Cambodian musical ensemble or an orchestra that usually accompanies ceremonial music of the royal courts and temples. Timer starts now. The correct answer is pinpeat. For our second item, it is a Cambodian percussion instrument with two barrel-like drums played with a pair of wooden drumsticks. The correct answer is skorthong. Next, it is a double-headed barrel drum indigenous to Cambodia. The correct answer is samphor. Item number 4. It is a small, bowl-shaped finger cymbal made of thick and heavy bronze. The correct answer is ching. Number 5. It is a xylophone used in the Khmer classical music of Cambodia. The correct answer is onyat. And for our last one, it is a traditional Cambodian percussion instrument having numerous gongs attached together onto a circular rack. The correct answer is Kongvong. There you have it! I hope you enjoyed our treat today, and I also hope that you learned something valuable from today's episode. Always remember that one way of learning culture is through music. Once again, I am Sir Jayson, and this is Music Discovery, the Asian Music Edition. See you on our next trip.
Come on, come on! You're just in time for an art-amazing experience. Welcome to the Negros Museum and the magnificent world of Asian arts, only here on DepEd TV. Get ready with your paper, pen, and self-learning module as we discover the artistic prowess of Asians and listen to the stories told by their masterpieces. I am Sir Raffy, and I heart Asia. Our Art Asian challenges today will deepen your understanding of the elements, principles, and characteristics of arts and crafts in Southeast Asia. You will surely enjoy the spectacular, art-fantastic, and art-authentic masterpieces. Together with your fellow artisans, Aki and Tina, you are going to perform the challenges that the art master will give you.
Hi artisans! Your task today is to collect all 10 artifacts that will appear on screen for the countries that Sir Raffy, Aki, and Tina will take you to. So make sure to pay attention to details as we travel to different places in Southeast Asia. I am the Art Master, and I heart Asia.
Before you get to complete your challenge, here are Aki and Tina.
Hello there, artisans! I'm Aki, your art buddy. Are you ready to conquer the artastic challenges with us? Great!
Hi, I'm Tina, your stylish bestie. Our first task today is to categorize the different textiles that I might use as we go on this challenging tour. Are you ready? Let's get this started. He is wearing a barong Tagalog made of piña, a lustrous lace-like luxury textile traditionally worn by men in the Philippines.
I have here different textiles you can choose from. Here is the first one.
Oh, I like this one. Archens, can you tell me what kind of textile is this? Right, it's Thai silk from the land of love, Thailand.
Did you know that Thai silk is produced from the cocoons of Thai silkworms? Thai silk making is considered to be one of the finest arts in the world.
Wow, those worms are really hardworking, huh?
Indeed. Here is another textile, embroidered with the most intricate dense patterns and motifs. Archons, can you guess where this came from?
You got it right. These beautiful embroidered textiles are from Laos. Embroidered textiles and weaving are said to be the most prolific of all traditional crafts in Laos.
How about these textiles from Cambodia?
Wow, I love it! I heard that silk weaving in Cambodia flourished as early as the late 13th century.
That's right! Cambodian weaving has two main types, the ikat technique, which is quite complex, and the uneven twill, which yields single or two-color fabrics.
How about some textiles from Vietnam?
Of course, I have them in my bag. Here.
I also read that the fabrics popular in Vietnam are Shantung taffeta, a type of silk plain weave fabric, Bengaline weave, a woven silk and cotton material, and ebony satin, a natural lustrous silk hand-woven in southern Vietnam.
See? Asia is really rich in terms of fabric and textile making. Now, select a textile that you want to use in the dress you will be wearing.
Let me have them, and I'll try to mix and match so every textile is represented in my dress.
Okay, here.
Thanks, Aki. Just wait a little bit. This will not take long.
Take your time, Tina. Make sure all your things are ready. While Tina is preparing, we'll give you back to Sir Raffy.
Thanks, Aki and Tina. You just saw some of the textiles that we Asians should be proud of. This time, we will take a look at these patterns and identify the countries they are from. Batik is the most common fabric in Southeast Asian countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, and Singapore. Batik was derived from the word ambatik, which means a cloth with little dots. But batik patterns vary from one country to another. Indonesian batik is symbolic. Certain batik designs are reserved for brides and bridegrooms and their families. The Malaysian batik is known for its vibrantly colored geometrical designs like spirals. Brunei's batik shows their national flower simpur, sumboy or pitcher plant, and Brunei's traditional design of air mule. Batik is featured in the uniforms of flight attendants for the official flag carriers of Singapore, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Southeast Asian arts are predominantly influenced by religion and often express scenes and themes from their aesthetic tradition. These artworks are influenced by their cultures, thus expressing themes out of their daily scenes and norms. Now, we will be accompanied by your fellow artisans, Aki and Tina.
Mabuhay! Welcome to the Philippines, showcasing different world-class arts and crafts known all over the world. Filipino artisans display their craftsmanship in various artworks with different characteristics relating the rich cultural heritage. Spoliarium is an oil-on-canvas painting by Juan Luna. It is the largest painting in the Philippines with size of 4.22 meters by 7.675 meters.
Salamat siang! Welcome to Indonesia. Arts and crafts in Indonesia are varied because of its diverse ethnic groups. Wayang kulit, a traditional form of puppet shadow play, derived from a Javanese Hindu-Buddhist tradition designated by UNESCO as one of the masterpieces of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. The Asmat wooden sculpture, the Dayak wooden mask and sculpture, the ancestral wooden statue of Toraja, and the totem-like sculpture of Batak and Nias tribes are of the most amazing sculptures in Indonesia.
Selamat Tengah Hari! Welcome to Malaysia! Malaysian art exhibits delightful varieties of traditional handicrafts, ranging from priceless authentic antiques to exquisite modern handmade crafts. Kite-making tradition comes naturally to Malaysian people. Malaysia celebrates kite festivals annually like the Pasir Gudang International Kite Festival. Malaysian sculptures are mostly relief done with stone, marble, bronze, and many other substances. The best Malay wood carving is divided into two, the ukiran halus or fine carvings and ukiran kasar or rough carvings.
Sawadika! We are now here in Thailand. Don't you know that the most popular lantern festival is the Loy Krathong Festival, held on the night of the 12th full moon, usually in November? Wat Po in Bangkok is one of the largest temple complexes in the city, famed for its giant reclining Buddha that is 46 meters long and 15 meters high, covered in gold leaf.
Suas Day. We are now in Cambodia. Their arts and crafts include textiles, non-textile weaving, silversmithing, stone carving, lacquerware, ceramics, wat murals, and kite making. Cambodia's kites are usually flown at night during the northeast monsoon season. Basket making and stone carving has been both a passion and a livelihood for people. Angkor Wat is the most famous ancient temple complex in Cambodia and is the largest religious monument in the world, measuring 162.6 hectares.
Now it's time for Myanmar. Myanmar has 10 famous traditional arts and crafts, which is called the Pan Sel Myo or the 10 flowers. Pan Chi, the art of painting live animals and inanimate objects. Punpu, the art of sculpture which produces figures and floral motifs made of wood. Panbe, which is a kind of blacksmith. Panyun, a vehicle that produces materials. Panput, making wooden utensils, turning on the lathe turner. Panyan, it constructs buildings with brick, stones, and concrete. Pantaut, the craft of making decorative designs with embossed floral stucco. Pantamaut, the art of stone carving. Patain, making objects made of gold or silver. And Pante, manufacturing of materials made of copper, bronze, or brass.
Xin Chào! Welcome to Vietnam. Their silk paintings showcase the countryside, landscapes, pagodas, historical events, or scenes of daily life. One of their famous sculptures is the 10,000-year-old carving at the Dong Noi Cave. Handles are sculpted using men and some animals like elephants, toads, tortoises as inspiration. The Dong Son culture is known for its kettle drums, small carvings, and home utensils.
Sabaydi, let's get to know Lao. Lao artisans are associated with wood carving, silversmithing, mat and basket making, sap paper making, and weaving. According to Lao tradition, their history was not passed on orally, it was woven. Their stories were better shown and reflected in their textiles. Lao artisans used precious metals in their sculptural creations, like their most known statue, the Pra Sai of the 16th century and the Pra Bang, which is believed to contain the relics of the Buddha.
Welcome to Brunei! Traditional arts and crafts of Brunei are integral to Brunei's cultural heritage. Also called as peci or kopia, songkok is a cap commonly worn in Southeast Asia. The three categories of men's headgear in Brunei Darussalam are dastar, a symbol of honor and self-respect, songkok or kopia, which has the shape of a truncated cone, tangkolok or serban, made from long songket cloth, folded and tied in a particular style. Traditional handicrafts of Brunei include silverwork, weaving, kris making, ongkok, tudong dulang, anyaman weaving, and brasswork. Ni hao! Welcome to Singapore! Sri Mariamman Hindu Temple contains sculptures as old as Singapore itself and dedicated to the goddess Mariamman, who is worshipped for her power to cure diseases. The merlion, a mythical creature, is of symbolic nature, widely used to represent both Singapore and its people. The lion head represents Singapore's original name, Singapura, meaning Lion City. You see, Southeast Asians have their own unique styles and themes inspired by culture, beliefs, and traditions. And to challenge you for the last time, here is the Art Master.
Hi, it's me again, the Art Master. For your last challenge, you have to identify the country that each picture represents. You have 5 seconds to answer every question. Let's play Mark My Work. In what country do you think is this artwork located? You're right. That's the merlion from Singapore. What is the title of this artwork? The correct answer, Spoliarium by Juan Luna from the Philippines. Let's see if you know the country that this artwork represents. That's the Wayang Kulit from Indonesia. I'm impressed with you. In what country do you think can we find this one? That's Thai silk from Thailand. You're simply amazing. And now for this last artwork. Where do you think can we find this? Correct. That is Songkok from Brunei. I am so impressed with you, Archons. Always bear that smile and keep up the good work. I'm the Art Master, and I heart Asia. Sir Raffy, back to you.
Thank you, Aki, Tina, and Art Master. Great job, Archons! I hope you took photos of yourselves while doing the art challenges with us. Post them on Facebook and use the hashtag #IHeartAsia. Make sure to include your significant learning as caption of your post. May you have realized the role of art in enriching and promoting our culture, traditions, and identity as Asians. Keep on watching DepEd TV. I'm Sir Raffy, and I Heart Asia.